What is going on, guys? I do want to first of all apologize for the quality of video. I know it's not the best. I am waiting to get some new parts for my PC. So again, apologies for the quality. But the plane in question of today is the JA37. The JA37 is probably the best, or sorry, the JA37C is probably the best fighter at 11.3. um Simply because of its very good radar missiles. The RB-71 DFs can pull up to 25 Gs, which means in a head-on it's almost a guaranteed kill. I'd say they hit maybe 80 to 90% of the time. So yeah, this is probably the best for at this tier, which I believe this is rank 7 or so. Now let's talk a little bit about the Viggen. The Viggen can carry 6 missiles, two of those being the RB-71 DFs, which can pull up to 25 Gs, and then the RB-24 Js, which are essentially just AIM-9 Js, which can pull up to 20 Gs. So anyways, at this point, I was going to go for the MiG-21, but pretty clear he's going to outrun me. So I decided to go for the F4. But again, he's also outrunning me, which normally in a Viggen you can outrun some planes. Some of the planes you definitely can't outrun are the MiG-21 and the F4s, especially at higher altitudes. Unless you are just trying to escape a dogfight from a F4, for example. Of course, the boat's not going to gain enough speed and time to catch up to you. I do see 4 people over here. I go ahead and just fly through because I didn't have time to shoot off any of my missiles. That's number 1. And number 2, it's 4 people. Why would I stick around? Now the MiG-21 is smart and he goes ahead and just keep running. Now I have a lot more speed than pretty much everyone, so I can just run. F8 tries to shoot off a few missiles to me, misses. Another F8 comes out of nowhere, tries to shoot off a few missiles, but I just flare him. Now that F8 down there is going to run, but the J7 and the other F8 are going to stick on me. Now at this point, my biggest threat is probably the J7 because it can eventually catch up to me. But the J7 does end up getting sniped by another J7, which is my teammate. At this point, I decided to defect towards this F8. And the other F8 runs, so we're good at this point. Now, since I'm relatively close, I just decide to send a RB-71, which ends up pulling 25 Gs and hitting him. Now, while 25 Gs isn't anything like absolutely crazy, it is definitely very good, especially at only 11.3. The only missiles that can pull that many Gs are IR missiles. Now, even if you do get an up tier, the highest tier I believe you can get up tier to in this plane is actually 12.0, which at that point, this plane is still pretty decent because it can outperform a lot of other planes. At this point, I do send another RB-71 at this F5 because I'm on about only 10 minutes of fuel here, so I decide to turn around and head back to base. Now, unfortunately, by the time I do get back to base, pretty much my whole team's dead except for the SU-25 in front of me. So we're gonna go ahead and keep heading this way. Land, and as you can see, the F5 ends up going to crash, and that leaves just me and the SU-25, but it's okay. I obviously carried the SU-25 to a win and end up killing the last 3 people. Now, immediately upon taking off, I see this F5 over there, and I decide, obviously, I'm going to go for him. He's probably not going to expect me to have these RB-71s. I do have a drop tank, but I decide to keep it. Because if I'm just gonna take a head on with this F5 and shoot a missile off, who the hell cares? The drop tank really won't matter, and I can't out dogfight at F5, so whatever. Go ahead to shoot that RB-71 off, and it goes ahead and obviously hits its target. Now, if the F5 person is a somewhat decent pilot, they actually can evade it. But once you shoot this off within like 3 kilometers, sometimes even 2, I would recommend 3 though, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill. MiG-21 approaches, I decide to pre-flare so he doesn't shoot me with an R60. F8U is up high, which is bad. That means it's a free kill for me. But I end up not shooting off the missile in time, and he just goes right past. Now here he tries to turn around and breaks his wings, and he just falls out the air. I see this MiG-21 is up high. I decide to try and shoot a missile off, which sadly doesn't end up hitting somehow. And he just barely evades the missile. I think I might as well go ahead and head back to base, but I end up actually not doing that. Right here, I'm turning around back towards the MiG-21 because why not? Second MiG-21 comes up, I go ahead and pre-flare, which is good because she shoots off a R60. I narrowly avoid it. Go ahead and turn around again. My teammate almost gets hit with an R60. Unfortunately, he does end up going down just shortly after. This MiG-21 is also going down towards my teammate, but also kind of towards me. Now, since that MiG-21 is preoccupied with that Sukhoi Su-25, I end up trying to dogfight this other MiG-21. And you can see here how much better the Viggen is than a lot of the planes at this tier. This is probably how a lot of your dogfights are going to go. You just end up out-turning them and outperforming them in pretty much every aspect. Sure, the MiG-21 is faster, but I turn pretty much way better than this thing. Now here I'm out of missiles, and the other MiG-21 comes. He tries to take a dogfight with or a head-on with me, but I end up just surgically removing his right wing. Don't worry, he does end up going down. He just ends up crashing into a mountain. This other MiG-21, I end up dogfighting, and obviously win. Hit him right there. He defects to the right. I shoot him again, and he explodes because these 30 mils are absolutely deadly. You almost never gonna get a hit with these 30 mils, especially if you put on the air target 30 mils. This MiG-21 just ends up flying into the mountain, and he was the last guy, so I end up taking the win home. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, this is my first long form video. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and consider subscribing and dropping a like. I'm still grinding for the Viggen. I'll have some Viggen videos coming your way and some top tier videos. But anyways, that's